Yo, what's going on, everybody? Back at it with another video. Lord Master Jasper here. We're going to be building the Jedi Starfighter or Jedi Interceptor, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have to be yellow, it can be any color. Obi-Wan had red, Yoda had green, so you can look up your favorite Jedi. This is just the more famous one because this is the one Anakin flew. So, with that being said, let's jump into it. Okay, now that the ship is apart, we can start the build guide. So from your base layer here, this is the first layer. We start out with 2 landing gear on the front, and then we have these triangle pieces. You can find these at the Primora shipyards. And then we have these additional triangle pieces. You can find these at New Atlantis and Primora, I'm pretty sure, but for sure New Atlantis. And then all this kind of painted yellowy square stuff here, these are just habitats, nothing too special. And then you have a bigger triangle piece like the front. Again, you find that at Primora. Then you have a smaller one at the back. You can find this at Primora. And then you have another smaller one. It's the same as this, just different color, painted different. You can find this at Primora also. Then you have your 2 landing gear on the side of each thruster here. I have a smaller engine in the back just to improve the mobility. Um, Again, you don't have to copy this exact one. Maybe yours is lighter if you're using a B class or a C class ship or something like that, or heavier. So just kind of keep that in mind. I have the storage here also and the fuel tank on the side. We have our loading bay here. We have a habitat ring right behind it so we can get up to the cockpit. On this side of the ship, I have a little bit of detail into it. I have a weapon mount plate here and on the back, because on the ship it had the Republic logo in like a yellow circle. And then we have our shield generator here representing R2-D2. And then the base layer, you just kind of copy it to the side. I have weapons at the front and underneath these triangle pieces. You can put your weapons wherever you like. I thought that's just kind of the best fit for them. Then we have our first layer above that. This is one of the only interior pieces I painted really, and it's this, just to kind of give it a black look because you're going to be seeing the front of it. You would put your cargo bay on here like so. I have these side railing pieces on. They just kind of attach to the habitats. This kind of gives it more of a rounded look when you're looking at it. You can find these side rounded pieces at Primora. Then you put in your habitats. Then you have your next middle layer. You have these large nose cones sections. These just go at the front of the ship. Again, they're painted black. You can find these at Primora as well. You have your cockpit. You may have to shop around for different cockpits that you like or fit in here. This is one of the trickier parts. Also for the base layer, your docking bay is right underneath that first habitat ring. This docking bay is a top-mounted docking bay that I flipped upside down. So look out for this one. This is tricky to put in here. So if you're struggling with docking bays, I recommend this one. You just get that and flip it on that bottom section. Then you would have, continued onto your middle layer, you have your reactor core. You don't have to use this exact one because this is 2 tile pieces tall. You can find a smaller one or so and then maybe add an additional habitat ring on top, because this is a C-class reactor and not everyone's going to have that. Then you're going to have your grav drive or whatever. This is also C-class. You don't have to have this exact one. You can kind of find your own, or if it's too expensive or whatever. Then you have your B-class engines on the back. I felt like these looked the best, so you don't really need that C-class reactor or grav drive. You can do this as a B-class ship because we're only using B-class engines. And then you would just continue mounting your habitat rings around it, like so, to fill in the gaps. Then you get your flat pieces, and they would mount to your habitat rings above it. You can find these flat slope pieces at Primora as well. It's a really good store, and then you just kind of put these on top like so, and that kind of gives it that rounded look. Now that the ship is back together, you can kind of inspect it here and see how it all fits together. So all the internals are crammed up in there. This is how the top kind of mounts together. You have R2-D2. Again, that docking bay is right on that center habitat ring. My storage just got deleted there, but that's where the storage would go, right beside it. And then you have your engines, your reactor. You can kind of play with it however you want. But this is the way the Jedi Starfighter looks. So yeah, check it out. Build it if you want. Change it. Paint it a different color. Again, different Jedis have different colors, so just play with it and hope you liked it, and we'll be building more ships in the future.